All right, guys. Well, welcome to MSAT and CoPilot, our next in the series for basic training. So, for those that may be new to this group, I'm looking at the names and trying to figure out who all we've seen and who we haven't. Just as a reminder, every other week throughout the year, we break it up into um, two times out of the year, and we reset our basic training group, and we are every 2 weeks we have this basic training. So some of this is going to be for some of your folks like we got I saw Mike Christie on here. We got Lieutenant Bridge Farmer. This is gonna be some of the stuff that you guys already know, and then this will be some refresher work for others, and then for some of you this is going to be completely new. This is an open conversation always. So, we're going to be running through this system and um, showing you or talking to you about the different features that we have in our software today, mobile streaming and tracking and Copilot. But we need this to be interactive. So be sure to be hand jamming the questions into the chat, or if you just want to come open mic, we will have at the end of this. So hopefully we'll have some time where we'll just be able to sit around and talk. But we do meet here every 2 weeks on Wednesdays, and then in addition to that, every week, and this is every week for those that may be new to this, every week we have a working group meeting for our Friday working group. Everybody on this call always always invited. So please join us on our Friday work groups. We don't go directly into this for those that have been on these calls before. This isn't it, Fridays are not our training day. Fridays are our community day, right? It's when we all get together. That's when the whole group, I'm sure, is going to hear what happened with Mike Christie in Spotsylvania. This is when we all come together and we talk about what is coming around the corner, what the new releases look like, what use cases we've had, and really is just kind of our community building get together every week. So this is base training every 2 weeks. Friday working group is every week. So with that, I'm going to head and jump right into this um, uh, course on MSAT. Now, why isn't my figure out why I am not there? It is. Okay. So this is probably the best the best picture that is that can explain what you're about to go through. All right. I was just throwing some slides together here pretty quickly, and um, as Alex Armstrong and I were discussing this, we're going to kind of team up today. We're just saying, man, there's a lot that you're going to be taking in here today. MSAT, what does it mean? Well, that's mobile streaming and tracking on your mobile devices. It's going to say streaming and tracking. So right there, we already get a little confusing, right? It's just be thinking mobile device, and I am streaming and tracking. So when you are logging into your devices and you're using mobile streaming and tracking, and I will back this up just a second. Mobile streaming and tracking, guys, is an add-on. Okay. Now you can use your mobile devices without having to buy this add-on, right? Without having to pay for mobile streaming and tracking. You just won't have all the features of that mobile device that we're going to be talking about today. And we'll go over what those additional features mean. But for those of you that are on this call that do not have mobile streaming and tracking, you can still use your iOS and Android devices. You can download what we call the Pilot app, okay? If you're iOS, you're going to go to your App Store. If you're Android, you're going to go to your Google Play Store, and you're going to download something that just says DroneSense on it, and it's just going to be the Pilot app. And you're going to be able to see all of the everybody that's operating with drones or others that are using this feature we're about to talk about, mobile stream tracking, you'll be able to see them on your phone. It doesn't cost you anything. You can use your phone to drop markers. All right. Doesn't cost you anything. So just guys be thinking like that. All right. These mobile devices, the mobile app is something everybody has access to. Now, when we're getting into what mobileness streaming and tracking means and Copilot, there are some additional benefits to it. And that's what we're really going to focus on today. So, again, I'm going to drive this right back to the confusing face here is we have iOS and we have Android. So two different operating systems. Within those systems, uh, we have some different tools that you have access to. If you'll look on my screen, you see iOS and Android. They both have the Pilot app. So as I mentioned, you guys can all download this onto your phones. Um, and within that Pilot app, if you pay for this extra feature, this mobile streaming and tracking, that will also show up on your Pilot app. And then we have two additional apps that we'll go through today. One's going to be Ops Hub Mobile, specifically for iOS. All right, all our iPhone users. And then we have Copilot, which is specific to our Android users. Hopefully by the end of this, it's not going to be quite as confusing for you guys, but we understand it's a little bit challenging. All right. So mobile streaming and tracking. When you download onto your phone this thing called mobile streaming and tracking, and this could be on your Android device or on your iOS device, it will look something like this. So when you download it, you'll see on the left-hand side of your screen, it says a fly mission. It'll say fly a training mission. And then over on the right-hand lower side, it will actually say streaming and tracking. So you will know if your agency has purchased this app, it will say streaming and tracking down on the lower right-hand side of your screen. Now, you're asking, okay, what does all this mean? What does it do? Well, we're going to demonstrate it today, but some things that you should be thinking about that this tool, streaming and tracking, can do for you is this mobile device can track your personnel. So what I mean by that, and this will, because you have locations enabled on your phones, if you are out at a large scale music event, right? Or you're out at a search and rescue call, or you are running boat teams for floods. If you are in a helicopter flying around and you have cellular connectivity, you can track your personnel using your phone. So it will pop up, and we'll show you what it looks like. It will pop up on your phone, and you will see where everybody is at all times. This does run in the background. So you can take it and slide it into your pocket, and it will track your resources. You can take it, slide it into your life jacket. So as your boat team's going down the wherever it's operating at through a neighborhood or down the river, it will track your resources and it will run in the background. Why that's kind of cool, or I'd say super cool, is because it will let, while you're flying your drones, you'll also see where your resources are at using this device. So if you're flying around large scale event, I don't know, let's say a music event or a protest for civil unrest, and you have people in the crowd and you're seeing people walk around, you'll see where they're at, even if these are in their pocket. If you have an area that's wiped out with flooding, and you're trying to determine where your boat teams are at, you will see everybody because these will be you would have this in your PFD, and it would just be tracking your location. So very good for tracking resources. It provides a common operating picture. So these tools, this mobile device, just like when you're flying your controller, where you're looking at your controller and you're seeing on your map view, you're seeing where everybody's at. It does the same thing on your phones. So that's really handy. You can download maps onto here. So if you're using like a critical response group map, or you've downloaded a PDF into here, or GeoTIFF, just meaning a map that really gives you a lot of detail for, let's say, your sporting event or your music event that you're tracking. All those maps can be downloaded onto your phone, and you can see it real time where everybody's at based off of that map. So it provides a common operating picture for all of us. That's super cool. We also have the ability using your mobile devices, either with or without MSAT, you can drop markers. And that's super great because when you drop a marker, it has a time and a date stamp, right? And it also has coordinates built into it. And we're going to kind of show you how to make that, how to get through that today. Is if you're dropping markers from your mobile device, you will have you can put you'll have your Latin longs built into those markers, and you'll have your timestamps and dates built into it. So if you're trying to go back after an event and say, hey, we were out looking for little Timmy that walked into the woods, or Pawpaw that walked into the woods, and we found some shoes here, and we put a marker on top of these shoes. Well, I know what time that took place. And then we went a little further, and I found some more evidence, or there was a plane crash, and we found the fuselage. Tag it. So we have a way to track all the information using markers. Something else is pretty cool, and I'm not sure that some of you guys may have even known this, is using this device, using in this case will be an Android device, and this little tool, it's a card reader. We can actually take this, put it on using mobile streaming and tracking, and we can, through an HDMI cable, we can stream any video output as long as you have an HDMI cable. So if you have a ground robot, for you guys that are on EOD teams and you've got like an I-Core and it has an HDMI out, but you've never been able to view it on DroneSense with this little card reader and an Android device, we can actually plug this in using mobile streaming and tracking and send that video feed that would be coming out of your any HDMI device, send that back out through the network and into Ops Hub, right? So we can all see what you're seeing. So we do this on helicopters. So if you have an HDMI that comes out of your gimbaled FLIR camera on the front, we can run that through our through MSAT and stream all that information that you're seeing through your helicopter back onto Ops Hub. So be thinking like, man, there's a lot of stuff we can be doing with this. I mean, it's a lot. Now, again, I'm going to go back to it's confusing because there is a lot of different options that we provide to you, and it is with the naming convention, it does get a little challenging. Just know though that mobile streaming and tracking, regardless of iOS or Android, are all going to allow you to do what you're seeing here on the screen. All right. So I'm going to be going into the iOS side of the house. I'm going to be showing you what the iOS looks like. And then Alex is going to be helping me out with demonstrating the Android side. So on my end, I'm going to be showing you Pilot App and Ops Hub, or Ops Hub Mobile, and how those look on this device and how you're able to use these tools. Now on the Pilot App, I'm going to come into my screen right now. You're gonna have to give me a second. I'm gonna log into um, Zoom on my screen. On the Pilot app, hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. Here we go. On the Pilot app, you're going to be able to do a few different things. I'm going to show you what that looks like. It's going to allow you to, well, let me just show you this while I'm talking. It'll make more sense.
Recording in progress.
Sorry about that. That should be better. There. All right, just killed I'm logging in with my phone right now. I'm through the Zoom app, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Be working. Share screen. Start broadcast. There we go. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm just sharing my um, iPhone screen with you, and I'm going into the Pilot app. And on the Pilot app, I'm going to hit my super secret pin. And again, you guys are going to see that, let's hide that here. Isn't that disappearing? Hmm. Thought my face would disappear on here. On my screen, on the lower right-hand side, you're looking at where it says streaming and tracking. So I'm going to click on streaming and tracking. And some things that we get out of this is we get to choose our mission selector. So that's going to be on the left-hand side of my screen. Just like on your controllers, you also have the ability where it has search and add here. This is where we add our um, there it is. That's where we add our sharing mission code. So if you're coming in, let's say Mike Christie had that active attack yesterday. So if the folks came in to share a mission code, this is where he would share the mission code with them, or they would share it with him. So just know that's where that's at. I'm going to click on the mission itself, and then there's an area for a call sign and a device type. So this again, using is mobile streaming and tracking. You may ask, well, why would I use a call sign? Well, I believe we're going to be over at the Indy 500 again this year, helping them out. And we have ground intercept teams. So when we do a ground intercept teams, we break up the Indy 500, we break it up into divisions. And each division has a group that goes out, and their job is to intercept folks that are flying drones and confiscate their drones. So we have we rather than it being Coitt Kessler, it's I am part of Get One or Get Two, ground intercept team one, ground intercept team two. So that's why we have the call signs there. We also have the device type, so you can choose through all these different devices what kind of icon you would like. So I'm just going to choose a fire engine. And you'll also see here that says location only. So if you didn't want to share your video feed, you only wanted to share your location, you would just click that on and it wouldn't allow you to share your video feed. But what this is allowing me to do, it's allowing me to share my video with you right now. And as you can see on my screen, I'm just gonna put it up here. Wish I had something cooler to look at. On my screen, I have an area that has my camera view. So you'll see I click on the top here, it says back, front, view. So I could click and I could say if I'm running with my phone flipped around and I wanted to use my other side of the camera, that's where the camera view I would use. I could turn off my cameras altogether. I have the ability to zoom. This allows anything I am seeing with my camera right now is being pushed back up to ops hub. So that becomes super handy, especially when um, you're thinking about maybe being in a protest and so you got civil unrest and you have somebody walking around with this phone on them and maybe they have a mic up and they're walking around with the camera on their ear so they can ID. Let's say you have a UC in the crowd and they're able to ID somebody in the crowd, and you would be able to actually see, just like wearing a body worn, you'd be able to see what that camera is seeing and then transmit that back over to Ops Hub. And then once we are, let's say we make positive ID with this individual, then the drone can pick them up and follow them back to their car or wherever they're going. So something to be thinking about, like for you guys on the law enforcement side, it's actually a really good tool for all kinds of things to include in that. We do have the ability to uh, click down here on the map view, and you'll see as my uh, icon moves around, my camera moves around, this is the location that I am looking at. So again, if you're in the crowd or you're walking around in the brush line and you're trying to figure out where your people are at or what they're looking at, you're able to click on excuse me, you're able to see the location of where everybody is looking. So that helps out a lot. We do have the ability to bring in active layers. So if I wanted to bring in let's say a map for, let's pull this out here, a CRG map. I could bring in my downloaded maps into this and onto my phone. So if we had an active attack at a school, we would all be able to see exactly where we're at based off of the map that we're looking at on our screens. So we have ability to bring in a lot of different information from these these maps. Let's see here. Want to turn those off. Don't need that anymore. I'll just go back to my regular map. Um, just so you guys know, if you're ever wondering, if you ever come up on the right-hand side of your screen and you're looking at this little reticle, if I click on that, that's going to snap me right back to the location in which I'm operating in. On the left-hand side of my screen, this is the marker view. So if I click on my markers, you guys can see I've got 10 different markers that are here. And I'm going to kind of zoom out a little bit so you guys can see how this looks. If I click on a marker, I'll just go to targeted search. I'll put over here in this pond, and you guys can see that it pops up. And as it pops up on my screen, I have the ability, I'll click on that. I have the ability to see all of my coordinates that are built in here. Again, this is all time stamped. So if I am wanting to just turn off my camera so you guys focus on that a little better. If you guys are doing an AAR and you're trying to figure out um, when somebody dropped that marker, who dropped that marker, all of this information is being recorded. We also have coordinates built into all these markers. So that makes it super handy when we're trying to communicate with a search and rescue team or a helicopter or a boat team. Like, hey, I've got a victim on top of this house. What are the coords? I can copy and send those out to the rescue units, and then they will be able to pull those back, be able to do whatever they need to do with your coordinates. So maybe I need a water drop on something, or I need a hoist operation, or I've got a suspect that just ran into this outbuilding. Coordinates are a very effective tool. So that is all built into this uh, uh, mobile streaming and tracking feature that we have on our system. Um, Alex, Ramon, are there any questions that are coming in specifically to this that we need to answer?
No, no questions. I think for the group, it's just some account questions. We already got those taken care of.
Okay, thanks, bud. All right. Alex, Ramon, what am I missing here? I feel like I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. Did that answer what does this answer this pretty well?
I think so.
Mobile
Maybe we'll check with the group and see if they've got any questions. We can
Anybody?
opening up to a couple because you did such an outstanding job. No one has questions.
Man, makes me feel so good to hear that. Thanks, Alex. All right, so guys, again, let's just jump in on this. Like, if anybody has questions, just don't hesitate to ask. Um, this is it again. It's just a really excellent tool for us to use. Now, this again, I'm gonna repeat back here. Oh, don't need that screen sharing, so you guys can. Um, that is under our pilot app using using our software. Now we also have I'm not even go by the slides. We also have a tool in the iOS cache here that is called Ops Hub Mobile. So don't get this confused. It is very confusing. There's Ops Hub. the DroneSense Pilot app on iOS. So on your iPhone, it's the Pilot app. And then we also have this thing called OpsHub Mobile. Now, OpsHub Mobile is something that we've recently released, and it's also a really neat tool, but it's a little bit different. So I'm going to come into OpsHub Mobile and enter my super secret PIN. And this is a tool that is very quickly becoming um, having it's we're working towards finding parity with mobile streaming and tracking. There's a couple things it doesn't do, but there are a couple things that it doesn't do as well as the Pilot app, but there's some things that it does actually a lot better. So if you go to your Apple App Store and you're pulling up the mobile or Ops Hub Mobile, which is what I'm on now, Ops Hub Mobile, this allows you to be able to see streams, right? Allows you to be able to view all the videos that are coming in. So you don't actually have to pull up your computer to view them, or you don't have to look at your Magic Video link. This will actually allow you to view all those videos on this particular app. But it does double, and we're going to kind of drive it back to what mobile streaming and tracking is all about. It does double as a tool for mobile streaming and tracking. So I'm going to click on mobile streaming and tracking or excuse me, I'm going to click on a mission. And this is the mission that I was just in, if you guys remember a second ago. And this mission is uh, just the one I'm operating out of, customer success. And I'm going to click on the map view. And when I click on the map view, you guys are going to see that, hey, look, there's that marker that Coitt dropped. And I also have, my phone is still using my device as a the fire engine on it. I'm still running that in the background. So I'm actually transmitting my location because I told you it will remain persistent. I have the ability, if I go down and I click on the bottom here, to turn on location sharing video and addressing my call signs. Um, uh, Also on this app. I guess for the sake of me not making this not unconfusing, let me knock it down. I'm gonna get rid of my old app. I should have done that a second ago. And oh, it just lost my broadcast. Darn it. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to swipe out of the Zoom app that I'm using, and I lost my video feed. Let me do this again. All right. So I'm going back into Zoom and I'm sharing my camera feed. There. Now I'm back on Opsa Mobile. So when I get into Opsa Mobile here, again, I'm going to go to the mission that I'm operating under. And you'll see, this is where I was trying to go with you guys before. You're going to see that I'm going to click on the shared location, share video. And so it has a lot of the same features that MSAT does. It's not, we don't have complete parity yet. And I'm going to choose a device to operate in. This time I'm going to be one of America's heroes. I'm going to go to uh, a patrol vehicle there. And you guys will see, though, everything else is still on here. I still have my uh, targeted search that I dropped on there. I'm still sharing the orientation of my camera. If I was to go to Ops Hub right now, you would see my video broadcast coming through in addition to the orientation of my camera and my location of my device that's on. So again, this is not, we haven't finished this part out completely. One of our engineers, Adam, is really working really hard on this. What this is going to be, what you're seeing here, everything should be on this app that you just saw on the mobile streaming and tracking pilot app that I just demonstrated, the first app I demonstrated. So just know that it's all coming. Currently, OpsHub Mobile is only good for iOS devices, but we are working, as I mentioned, for parity to move everything over to both Android and iOS. So this shouldn't be something that you guys will have. It should become a lot easier to understand and remember what all these different words mean. Any questions on OpsHub Mobile and specifically how MSAT relates to that?
Hey, Coitt, Mike
Hey,
here.
Mike.
Hey, so this this app, if I have a search team out or something, we
Mhm.
could give them this app. Is that? I'm trying to figure out how to employ this. Is what I'm trying to do. Um,
Yes.
so would I be correct in saying I'd give it to the team leader or something?
Yeah, I would say always good if you guys have the opportunity, like ahead of time. Hey, these are my normal search teams I work with, my SAR teams, right? Or
Right.
this is my these are the folks that I normally operate with. Bring them into your org and provide them a login, right? So that you're
Right.
inviting them into your org. Do that ahead of time, and then you can provide this to them, Mike. And it gets a little bit tough during during an event, as you know, you've been doing
Yeah.
this long. So do it all ahead of time.
Yeah.
Issue them out the ops viewer member role and allow them to put this in their pocket and take off and start working.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
Thanks for the question. Okay. Any other questions on this? Guys, I know this is confusing. Alex is about ready
Can
to. Hey, go Fab. What do you got now?
you bring up how we good?
What's up?
Sorry, I think somebody else jumped in.
All right. Who's
I can go
somebody?
if that's fine. It's Fab. So my question kind of continues with the last question. So if we are deploying this for search teams hypothetically, are we able to download tracks that our people have walked around and like I could see that it's leaving breadcrumbs on the screen? Is that something that's downloadable or a file of some sort?
It is not downloadable, but you can go back into Ops Hub on the web and view that track. I think Coit's gonna maybe try to pull that up.
Show you
If not,
that.
I can.
Yep. So let me go to stop sharing this. Give me 1 second. Since share my screen here. All right. Hey, am I sharing my desktop with you, Alex?
Not right now. I don't see anything.
How about now? No,
Nope.
I suck. Let's see. All right, here
Yep.
we go.
Now we got you.
Thanks. All right, guys. Thanks for your patience. I am not great. All right, so I'm going to go to my drones and devices. So this is just a good example for you on how to track folks. So if I go to drones and devices, I'm going to click on oh, where am I not showing my drones that I had before?
Go back to uncheck that box for show active.
Um,
Go
here.
back to your mission manager settings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Uncheck that box.
Thanks. Thanks, bud. You're awesome. All right, so I'm going to go to drones and devices. I was out flying earlier today. So I'm going to do my newest. And where's the drone that I was flying today? Huh. Oh, yep, there it is. So I'm going to go back to my track. So I know this is going to sound confusing or look confusing, but just know it's here. So I'm going to my device that I knew I flew today. So this is my, as an example, this could be my person that's walking. This is my drone that was flying. This is the phone that was in my PFD. Once I find that device, I'm going to click on this little history, and it say, okay, it's going to show me the history that I want to choose. So I'm going to pick, I'll choose one of these flights here. And you'll see now this is my flight path that I had this morning with my drone. I'll see if I can find another one. There's a crazy one. I was doing that this morning, flying around here. So I'll just kind of put this over a imagery map. So I do have all of my telemetry that has been saved from my flights that I had. So what you would do is you could come in with your tools, mission feature layers. Let me find another one. Wish I had one that was something that was good here that had all my What I was going to show you is looks like it just got wiped. Is that you can come in with your polylines and then track those lines and then measure those lines out. I hope that answers your question. It's in there. Anywhere that you've been operating at is going to pop up on your is going to pop up into your system. So you'll be able to track everybody that was operating.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, bud.
Hey.
Alex, I'm thinking this one over to you. Oh, Brian, go ahead, bud.
Coitt, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, B, gotcha.
All right. Can you go into how we used it up in Asheville to keep track of where the field teams were and road blockages and things like that?
Yeah, so what Mike is mentioning is when we went out to Asheville to Hurricane Helene, we had a we subdivided the area of operation out, so we needed to know where we were sending everybody out to, and then once they got there, we had them turn on their MSAT to actually even when they were en route, and so we could track them driving to where they were at, and then they would show this is their location where they're operating at. So we knew exactly what teams we assigned to go out to the field. Like we had their call signs, we knew their names, we knew their devices. So when they showed up out in Asheville for this large scale event, and this could mean, we say Asheville, this could be the entire countryside. When we would send a team out, we'd say, hey, make sure you have mobile streaming and tracking on so we know when you show up on scene. And we know we'll have an idea because if you're when you're coordinating that many, we'd have 9 to 12 teams that we were coordinating at a time. We needed to know where everybody was at all times and when they were operating. Does that help, Mike? Is that kind of, I know Alex is about to dig in here on the Android side. So once he gets done, maybe I can show him a picture of what Asheville looks like. All right, Alex, I'm gonna punt it over to you.
Yeah, and I think Brian had jumped in with a question, but at the same time that Mike was commenting. So Brian, if you want to come back up, you can ask away. And David, I saw your comment as well. Hey, Brian, if we lost you, just feel free to chime up later, raise a hand or whatever you want. So I'll go ahead and pull up the Android experience for everyone. There's some differences. I'll discuss those. We'll come back to some of those other questions that we had in the chat. So I've already gotten logged into the app, and this is going to look very similar to iOS. One small difference, streaming and tracking is going to be on a separate app. And just to clarify, this is the DroneSense Pilot app. And when I say Pilot app, I'm just going to go to the home screen. You can see my icon. It is the DroneSense icon. This will be a different app we'll look at here in a second. So opening up the DroneSense app, and when we go into streaming and tracking or screen sharing, which we'll talk about here in a second, if I click on streaming and tracking here, it's going to take me straight over to a different app. This is the CoPilot app. You can do some functions. There's similar functionality in both of them. Let's talk about CoPilot. So CoPilot, if I want to do streaming and tracking, I'll select this. I have the same list of missions. I have a call sign I can set. I have the device type just like we had in iOS. We also have the ability to add that shared mission code. Hopefully everyone has used that. If not, we've got some articles and videos on that. But the shared mission code, we can join, and I can go ahead and join our mission for today with my call sign, with my device type. I'll choose to be a police car here and join. Now, once we've joined with the Android device, I can choose the camera. So I have a front camera that I can pull into here, or I can switch over to the back camera. And now we've got the back camera with the streaming that. I can also use, depending on the device, I can turn on the floodlight or the flashlight, not the flash, the light on the back of the tablet, and I can also use the zoom. So depending on the device that you have and the features, you can use those with this. Now on the Android, I can still go into the map. I can see my location. Coitt, are you still in this mission? Hopefully I'm in the...
I am not, but I can hop in real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and jump back in there because this is going to the ability to see where other devices are is huge. Ramon's device just showed up here. I can tap on his location, see where he is, and I'm simply just tapping on the little bubbles here, and it's moving me back and forth, and our device is showing up. Now, there's another device here, and that is my drone. It's currently on the ground, so we're not getting altitude information, but you're going to be able to see where those drones are on the map if I'm using MSAT, which, a lot of times the drone pilot, when he finds something and you're trying to then go to where that drone pilot is or go to where he's looking, look inside the app, you'll find that and be able to navigate to that. All right, and again, I've got Coitt here. So if I zoom out, we're going to see everyone's location in real time. We are spread all across the area, so we're kind of spread out here, but we can see everybody on the map. Yeah, markers can also be dropped from here. I can go ahead and choose one of those. I'll put in a civil danger warning. Maybe I'll put that on the road out here. Okay. And again, those markers, if you guys haven't used markers, I highly encourage everyone to get in there and use those because they make a huge difference in trying to communicate where things are on a map, mark them out. And I think maybe going to one of the questions that I saw in the chat, and that was specifically about adding in, I think it was polylines and markers. Let me see if I can find that question. Yeah, Tim, you asked about the ability to box off or add polylines while using the apps. So there is not today the ability to add lines or polygons or circles from within the DroneSense app, but you can do that from the web. That's a whole nother class that we can host that we've talked about. But I'm going to go ahead from the web. I will add in a polyline around my area. Maybe this is a search area. And there you see it show up immediately in the app as soon as I saved it on the web. So if I'm trying to give a ground person that, hey, I need you to go search this area, go walk this area, they can see that very clearly. This can also be used to help guide drone pilots. Hey, I need you, this is your area to search, or this is an area I need you to stay in or maybe outside of, and you can see all that here. And as Coitt mentioned, the layers, we can pull up different base layers just like we have in iOS. Same thing with the other street layers, or correction, the other map layers that we can add on top of this, including addresses and such. They can be viewed just like we have in the other apps. I'm going to pause there for a second. Any questions from anybody? I'm not seeing any. Okay. All right. So let's talk about screen sharing. So screen sharing is the tool that we use to stream drones like the Avata. The Avata, DJI Avata, it's not a consumer, I'm sorry, it is a consumer device. It's not designed really for commercial use or public safety use, but it's a great drone to use for that. So in order to use something like the Avata, we're going to first, log in to the DJI Fly app and make sure everything is connected that way. You'll get the live feed inside the DJI Fly app. From there, open up DroneSense CoPilot. CoPilot, and we're going to start with screen sharing. Choose our mission. So I'll go ahead and grab my mission for this. Since I'm flying in Nevada, I'm going to choose a drone. And now when I join this, I'm going to be casting my entire screen, or depending on your operating version, you can, choose individual apps, but I'm going to hit start now. And now I'm casting my entire screen into the mission. Now, this is something to be aware of. Know that anything on your screen is shared with the mission. So if you're using this on your personal device, if you're getting personal notifications, they are going to be shared out to the to the mission that you're streaming into. So just double check to make sure that you maybe suppress some of those notifications if you can, or on some of the newer Android versions, you can actually limit it to one specific app, so you're not casting everything. Of course, now it's telling me I need to update DJI Fly, but this would be streamed into the mission. Okay. Now, the other feature, and Coitt mentioned it, is that you can use the capture devices. So I can take in that USB-C capture device, plug it into the controller, or rather into the tablet, and that's going to show up as an external video feed. So I'm going to switch this over to a different device here in just a second, and we're going to see that I can select that external feed and bring it up into the mission as well. While I'm getting this set up, anybody have any questions? Again, I guess we're just doing such a great job explaining this. No one has any questions.
I'll question it, man.
It'll take me another second.
You want me to go to Ops Hub so you can see it on there?
Yeah, yep, go ahead.
All right, guys, so you can see here. Drew a nice message for Alex.
Yeah, I saw that. Quite thanks.
So guys, you can see here on using our devices, our mobile devices. So not only are we able to provide the layers in, as Alex was showing you earlier, but we're also sharing our video feeds all together. So everything comes into one common operating picture for us. And that's the real beauty of this.
Second. Check. Join. External. Okay. Cool. You should be able to pull up that mission now, provided I chose the right one, and see that feed into there, which is just going to be a bunch of color bars.
Yeah.
There you go. So, guys, that's just this external video capture device sending out a test signal, and that's being streamed into the mission using the same DroneSense apps. Yep. All right. Tim, I saw your question about the Loki. I have to go back to look at my list because I think the Loki has some sort of, I don't want to call them proprietary, but they're different connectors. If I can find them, I think I've actually got saved in an Amazon list, and then I can send those to you for your Loki because they are a little different than the other devices out there.
But guys, again, this can be used on your helicopters. It can be used on your side scan sonars. You guys got ROVs that you're running. I mean, one of our guys, Mike Connor out in Gilbert, I mean, he was awesome. Like he just took his device and actually hooked it up to his robot and ran it into an event. And it was great to see it transmitting back out to command because that's not what he had. That wasn't possible before the mobile streaming and tracking. It's a really good tool. All right, guys, we got
Tim,
about 5 minutes.
yeah. Hey, Tim, I'm going to put these in the chat here in just a second. Unfortunately, this is going to take a few cables to get this done, but if you want to do it, it can be done. All right. And Michael Wilbur, body camera still unable to cast on OPSUP for location. When you say body cameras, which can you expand on that? If you want to unmute, you should be able to. And okay, yeah. So the Axon body cameras, there is not an integration between evidence.com or Axon and DroneSense as far as the body cameras go. That's something that I hope at some point we'll see happen, but right now there's no link between those.
Hey, Alex, I got a question.
Yeah, Mike.
So if we're doing this, what kind of battery drain does this put on our iOS devices or whatever? Do you have a feel for that?
It absolutely is going to have an effect on your device battery life. How much? It's hard to say, but because you are streaming GPS live, it definitely does reduce the battery life. So it's something you expect to use over the long term. Definitely carry a portable charger or have a system set up to maybe rotate out with other devices.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
All right, guys. So just a quick recap on this: iOS, Android. Like we've got it. This is their mobile streaming and tracking. You're going to find them in both. Um, on the iOS side, you have the OpsHub Mobile. So if you go to the Apple Place or Apple Store, you're going to find the Pilot app and you're going to find OpsHub Mobile. Those are going to be pretty similar. OpsHub Mobile does offer you some advantages because you'll be able to see all the video streams, but you won't be able to drop markers. You won't be able to bring in those extra layers, video layers. On the Android side, our Pilot and CoPilot, it allows you to do mobile streaming tracking, and you can share your screen. That screen sharing is pretty sick, guys. So if you're using TAC, or you're using another device that you want to put up on the big board on OpsHub, you can screen share with that device, and it allows anything on that screen to be shared up on the board. And as Alex had mentioned, using an Avada, using other devices like that, that's where you're going to be really maximizing the benefits of the CoPilot app and the screen sharing that we have in there. For everybody though, everybody, iOS and Android, you guys can download the Pilot app, and you guys can all be dropping markers. You guys can all be seeing where everybody is operating from. If you're interested in our mobile streaming and tracking and then CoPilot, that is an additional fee, and that will allow you the ability to broadcast your video signal, right? And will allow you the ability to broadcast your location. But regardless, you will be able to see everybody else's location on your devices, on your mobile devices. And you can give that to your entire department, your entire county. Like, it doesn't matter, right? That's not hurting anybody. So that you guys own that when you bought into DroneSense. So use that. You have markers. Everybody has markers available to them. Use it. I think the only thing I have left here, Alex, I'm just going to pull up the QR code unless you have something else.
Nope, that's all for me.
All right, let me hop back in here real quick. And so QR code time. Get a chance, pull your devices out, take a shot of this, and give us some feedback, right? Let us know what you need. We try to gauge a lot of this off your questions, and but we also know that you may not be in a position to be able to talk right now. So hit us up on this feedback. Get in touch with us on the customer success side. Allow us to help you out. That's our job, guys. It's just to get you guys through this and get you in a good place with the software that you guys operate and run. Isn't that This is the last QR code that I've got. I've got just the last minute. This is just my personal information. So hit me up uh, on any questions you have. And please, take this stuff out and use it. Find good uses for it. I just had one of our guys from Kentucky call up 2 days ago. He's like, Coitt, everything's working great, man. We're streaming everything back up to the EOC in our instant command post. We'd love to be able to try MSAT so we could put it in our life jackets and send our boat teams out. And we hooked them up. So like, just if you guys are having problems during an event, if and you're underwater, literally underwater, and you're struggling with trying to get things up and going, give us a call. Let us turn this stuff on for you and you use it during your event. That's something our company is really big on, is making sure that we're helping first and that we're getting out and taking care of our folks. And that doesn't mean like, hey, we're going to follow you up with a bill. That means we're just there to help you get across the line so you and your community are in a good spot. So I'm really glad that our buddy from Kentucky called, and I'm really glad that we were in a position just to turn things on, and now they're able to do a lot more, a lot faster. With that, guys, thank you for your time today. Really appreciate Alex, all your help with getting in here and on the Android side and making more sense of it. Felt like I was running my mouth in circles. But guys, thank you for your patience. Call us if you need it, and have a great day. And be on our Friday calls. Show up on those Friday calls. That's for real. Make sure we don't have anything else. We use MSAT for our there you go. Jeff Burns, solid call out, man. We use the MSAT for his ROV, the Hilo, the Avata, and all of our K9 units. Hell yeah. That just made my day, dude, reading that. Thanks, Raphael. Appreciate you, man. Thanks, Tim.
Hey, Coitt, can you give me a call?
Yeah, I'm calling you next, bud.
Okay, thanks.
All right, guys. Oh, hey, Trey Burgess, you're asking for how to get on that weekly call.
Correct.
Yeah, we're hold one, guys. If you have, we're gonna post it we'll post it up. The register link for you, okay? You're welcome, Brian. Thanks for the comment there, man. Yeah, we're gonna put the registration here for everybody.
You got it, Coitt. You want me to get it?
Do you have it available?
Yep, just dropped it in the chat.
Solid. So good. All right, guys. So grab that, put it on your calendars. Be there every Friday. It's 12 o'clock Eastern Standard. All right. Ryan, he knows. Are you still on here? Ryan from Ryan just said I really let myself go.
Yeah, I'm still on here.
It's
It's good to see your face.
It's great to hear your voice, my man. I miss you, buddy.
I miss you too, bud. I've been on the last couple weeks. I just stay quiet.
Don't, dude, speak up.
Yeah, just stay quiet.
What this
Just
is all about, man.
enjoy the show.
It's just, really is, man. It's the beautiful part of it. We all get together. Jeff, what device are you using for your Hilo, K9s, etc.? That's from Mike Wilbur. Jeff, are you still on? Burns? He may have dropped. Mike?
Yeah, Mike, the general guidance we give most people is a Samsung device, either tablet or phone, because right now the Android devices are the best ones to work with the Hilo. Now, but K9, I mean, it's going to work with either iOS or Android devices. So kind of really depending on what your agency has, they can kind of work with any of those. If you want to get more detailed, feel free to hit one of us up and we can talk about a little more about your specific cases and some guidance on what that is. Yep. Andrew.
Hello there. My name's Andrew. First time I've ever been in one of these before. I just had a quick question about the streaming and tracking.
Okay.
So we had reached out. I'm at Guernsey County Sheriff's Office in Ohio. We'd reached out to our Axon Air rep, and they mentioned that they don't offer any kind of compatibility with the Avata system, which is what we're kind of focused on, the Avata and the Lemur. We reached out to DroneSense about getting this added to our account, but we didn't know exactly how to go about it. I don't think we've heard anything back yet.
We should find those people and punish them.
I could be wrong. I'm not the one sending the emails, but I am the one in the training. So
yeah.
Alex,
So
I'll get a hold of this account manager real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
If you want to talk to him, I'll work on that right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure out who's sorry, Coitt, my phone was ringing in my other ear, and I didn't capture anything you said. But yeah, I'm looking at your account right now, Andrew. Yeah, we absolutely do. We do have streaming options for the Avata, so we can get somebody. It's unfortunate that the guys at Axon didn't guide you in the right direction, but yeah, we do have ability to do it. The biggest thing right now is it is only Android, but we will have, I guess, an iOS option coming out, I think, in another month or so, if I'm not mistaken.
okay, yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Let me find out. I'll find out who's working on your account, and then we'll get you a.
Hey, Alex,
yes.
I got it right now. It's Manish, and
Yeah.
I'm the note right now.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you. Join us on those Friday calls, man.
Absolutely. I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something else that's not getting out.
Andrew, out of curiosity, how did you hear about this training since this first time you joined us?
Yeah, I was just looking for extra trainings, and I was kind of tasked with getting the streaming and tracking set up, or not streaming and tracking, but just streaming set up. And so I went to the website, saw the resource tab, and then this was one of the things that popped up. So I was like, I got to be in that training. So
Okay. And was that our support site that you saw that?
I think so. Yeah, DroneSense support.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Just that way we know what's working, what's not working for getting the word out to people. Thanks. Now we're being funny. We got Tim poking at me, so wanting some t-shirt swag. Hey, you can't lead in with that and then expect t-shirt swag. We actually don't have that many t-shirts out there. Though if you want to join the DroneSense certified instructor class, we've got one coming up in, I think it's June in Ohio. You can get a t-shirt that way. Sweatshirt swag. Oh. Yeah, Tim, let me try to find, I know we've got a posting about this, or standby. Let me take it. We'll get you an email with that info, because I know we've got it somewhere. Maybe it's on Facebook.
All right, Andrew. Munish is going to be reaching out to you.
Thanks, really appreciate it.
Bub. Hey, dude, you heard what Alex was just saying? We got training coming up in Ohio.
Yeah, how do you sign up for that or reach out?
Man, I will
Yeah,
take that
we're
on.
we're gonna have to come back to you on that one. I know we've got it. I just don't know where we put it. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, Coitt, I can't find it. We'll just get an email to him and with all the info. I think Dave's got all that stuff saved somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sending that to Dave right now, actually.
Alex, I
Yeah.
think I've got it. I'll send you it on Slack or Coitt.
Okay, thanks, Amber.
For the Ohio class?
Yeah, there's one in Phoenix later on in the year as well, but I'll send you both links.
Oh, solid. All right, yeah. Can you post it up here on the chat right now? For 'em?
Yeah, of course.
I found it. Yeah.
There should be in the chat now, hopefully.
It is, yeah. So it's June 17th, starts June 17th, runs through Thursday. It's going to be in Ohio, and then this next one is going to be in October in Phoenix.
Thanks, Amber. Appreciate that, sister.
So if you're in the northern part of the country and you want to escape the approaching fall in October, then head down to Phoenix. Or if you want to go to Ohio in June. I don't know what's good in Ohio in June, but I'm sure it's
Everything.
great. Everything, absolutely everything is great in Ohio in June.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Fab here. We're up in Canada, and right now we're currently landlocked. Any chance that the instructor training can be done online, or does that have to be an in-person session?
it is really best done in person. We just need to get one up in Canada because we're gonna dive deep into the training, and it's meant to be interactive, and we just get the best result out of doing this live in person.
Okay, so when you're ready to do it in the GTA area, let me know and we'll set it up.
Yep, sounds good.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm so ready. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap this up. Good conversation after the fact. Again, y'all reach out as always. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate the comment, man. And yep. Take that ride to the GTA for that. Heck yeah. All right, guys. We'll take care, and hopefully we'll see you guys on Friday. Just a couple days away. Let's see you guys then.
Thanks.
Y'all take care. Bye, guys.